Hello everyone and welcome to my 4th week in Madrid. This week I started university, properly going to lectures, and so you guys are going to be in for a treat. It's been quite a crazy week, learnt a lot, made a lot of mistakes, but that's how you learn. And I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, it is now Tuesday. Yesterday was my first day at university and it was very up and down. I started off at 9 AM, went to a lecture where I thought was in the main business building, and then it turns out that it wasn't. It was actually in a completely different building. I also found another lecture that I wanted to go to yesterday, and so I turned up and it turns out that the lecturer wasn't actually in yesterday. Pretty much yesterday all I did was find myself around the whole university, walking around a lot. I sat in a cafe, one called VIPs, and I did a lot of my business work, thought about my core ideas. Today has been a much better day. I turned up at 8 AM ready to attend a module and I was at the right room and I did the lecture, so that's a lot more positive than day one. Also, actually on day one my bag broke as well, but it happens. I mean, I have had it a year and a half and a lot of the time I do ram everything in there and it is bulging at the seams, so it was just a matter of time before the edges started to tear. I went to get a SIM card for my phone today, so I did that and I went to a little cafe, which I'll show you a clip after this one. And yeah, it was a very, very small cafe and I had a water and a slice of cake, and that cake was really nice. Really, really nice. I explored, I got the tube, well, I got the metro 3 times, and yeah, that's been my day. I'm just going to do some shopping for a bag now on Amazon and then make my dinner and go to bed because, well, I was up at like 5 AM this morning, ready for university at 8. I had to head out the house about 7:15. So it's been quite a long day. I'm just at uni, it is now Wednesday. So far I've had 2 lectures today. First one was market research, which was really interesting. And that lasted for, I think it was about 1.5 hours. And then I've just had consumer behaviour, which again was also really interesting, really scientific. And I'm now in the business building that they have at CEU San Pablo University, or whatever order those words go in, and I finished my lectures. I've just got one more this afternoon, but it's not until 5 PM and it's now 2:15, so I'm probably going to go home and then come back. I will give you a quick tour of what I can. I don't want to leave my bags, so it will only be of this floor, but it might be nice. It's now Friday, and so this week I've had a lot of challenges. I've been to university, had a little challenge there, and I've been thinking a lot about my business and how am I going to start moving things forward, because I'm kind of fed up. So I had a call with a woman named Erica, which I think it was the 2nd call this week that I've had with her, and yeah, she helped me a lot because I was struggling to see how to move it forward, because I've got that end vision but not the small steps, and we've both came together and put our heads together and we've came up with the idea that every single day I'm going to try and look for 3 people that want to work with me for free to do social media marketing for, some people that I can help, some interesting projects, just to get myself out there a little bit more. And the way that I hold myself accountable, because I think that this is a really important part of something that I do and something that you should always do if you want to reach your goals, is holding yourself accountable to the things that you're saying you're going to do. Because often people talk about it and they say, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, but then you're still there a few years later and you're still waiting for that action, right? And so we came together, and the way that I hold myself accountable is, one, by telling you guys, because I believe that everyone that watches this vlog is super loyal and that you're going to hold me accountable and ask me in the comments. And you may not, but that's how my thought process works in order to keep myself accountable. And another way that I do it, which I'll show you right now, is that I basically put up post-it notes, and then I use those post-it notes. I look at them every single day, and it's like a gentle reminder of what I have to do. It's an eye line for the simple fact that I see it every single time I walk past it, and so whenever I come into the flat, whenever I walk out of the flat, whenever I walk around the flat, I see it, and so it's like a reminder every single day that that's something I have to do, and that keeps me motivated to keep moving forward and making sure that I do everything I'm saying I'm going to do. And sometimes I do fail, and I'm quite open about failing, because nothing's a failure if you learn from it, right? And that's something I would definitely tell you guys to basically learn and get used to, because if you learn something from failure, then you learn something, and you can use that and apply it to your future. And so that's just something I wanted to share with you about my process and how I do things, and more importantly how I hold myself accountable, because accountability, especially with things like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all the other social media channels, you see a lot of people that are posing to look cool, but I don't do it to look cool. I put the hard work in, and we see results. I see results at the end of it, and so that's what I focus on. Not looking cool on Instagram or any other social media platform. I'm currently doing an online module which I do in the UK with my home university. They basically upload their lectures online, and then I have to watch them, and then I'm going to have to do all the projects. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. I've got a few emails to send, and of course I've got to do that, meeting 3 people a day in order to try and move my business forward. It's going to be a lot, and it's going to be really interesting to see how I manage my time around this, because as I start getting clients, that's when it starts taking up large chunks of time, and then it's going to be interesting to see how I split my time. It's Saturday and I am about to edit. I'm really excited for this week because I've learnt a lot and I've started moving forward, which is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm excited. For those of you that believe that I have it all figured out, I just wanted to clarify some stuff just to round off this week's vlog. And I just wanted to say, for those of you that think I know exactly what I'm doing and I have all of it planned out and I know exactly which path I'm taking, I really don't. And also, knowing what I want to do, that hasn't always been me. The way that I've kind of kept myself in this format in my head is, 1, by setting loads of goals, and 2, by always having something to strive towards, which kind of links with goals. But I always make sure that if I decide that I don't enjoy something, I find something else pretty much straight away, so that I never feel lost in limbo. And I know there's a lot of people, students especially, that feel like they don't know where to go and they don't know their path in life. And that's normal, that's really, really normal. I know that I was kind of lucky because I always had something I was working towards, whereas there was a lot of people around me, especially during school, that didn't feel like they had a path to go on. And so it's something I wanted to share with you, is that if you feel like you're stuck and you feel like you're lost in limbo and you don't know which way to go with your life, whether it's career-wise, whether it's family, relationships, whatever, the best way that I kind of work it out is by setting goals and finding something that you really enjoy and striving towards that. And then if you decide that later on in life you don't enjoy that, then that's okay. You just find something else that you enjoy and work towards that, because as long as you're doing something you enjoy and you're passionate about, it can't take you anywhere bad because you're enjoying yourself. And I know there's a lot of people that, especially in the middle of their life, they hit a midlife crisis where they're bored of their jobs and they want to move and change career, but they don't know how. And again, I would definitely say set small goals and find things you enjoy, and find a way in which you can monetize that. Find a way in which you can get paid for doing stuff you enjoy. Whether that means you have to do that part-time on top of your full-time job, or whether that means you can completely drop a full-time job and just work on what you enjoy. Either way, try and always do something that you're enjoying, because you don't want to be the person that's sitting in a job and not enjoying yourself. And this has been week 4 of me being in Madrid, and I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of you that have followed me on this journey so far, however many weeks it's been now since I've been producing vlogs. We now are in February, we're coming up to the middle of Feb, and yeah, it's been probably about a month and a half. And so I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of you, and do not forget to like, comment and subscribe down below. If you have any questions on any of the content that I've released either previously or in this episode, please feel free to comment a question, because if I get enough comments, I will start putting them at the end of my vlogs. Thank you, and have a great week.